This video is made possible by my patrons on Patreon. Hello everyone, my name is Ziamaro and welcome to Battlerite Sage. So, Season 1 has officially started. This has been one of the most anticipated patches since the game's free-to-play release in November. But what does everyone think so far? Here are my first thoughts on Season 1. So this patch brought a bunch of new features to the game. Sponsors, leaderboards, the pre-game lobby, matchmaking changes, a new champion, and loads of other stuff too. I spent pretty much all day yesterday playing the new patch, and there are a ton of things that I really like, but there are also a few bugs and little things that I think need sorted out and will hopefully be patched soon. First up, sponsors. I have to say, I was a little underwhelmed by the sponsor system. I'm not sure exactly what I was expecting, but it's not quite as exciting as I thought it would be. If you haven't seen it yet, the best way to explain it is that it's just an expansion on the daily quest system. All the daily quests are the same as before, but now you have a path to follow with your chosen sponsor. When you complete a daily quest, you get an extra step along the sponsor's path. After completing a set number of daily quests, you get an extra reward. It's not a bad system, but I think there's room for improvement. The rewards are a little I mean, the best reward, at least in my opinion, is the Stoic Griffin mount. And a lot of the other stuff is just chests and things like that, which I guess might be exciting to some people, but I don't know, I was expecting something a little more unique. I have to say, I didn't always complete my daily quests, but the new system gives me a little more incentive to complete them. But the thing is, the actual quests themselves aren't that interesting. I mainly play support, and to complete the melee and range quests, I'm probably going to do them in casual because I'm not bringing my mediocre DPS plays to League. I don't want to do that to my team. Likewise, I know a lot of people who are DPS players who might be okay playing ranged and melee, but might not be super excited about having to play 4 games as a healer. I would love to see some more exciting rewards from the sponsors, and I'd also like to see some more creative quests. Even simple stuff, like you could have a quest to win a game 3-0 or reach, say, 200 disable score in a round. I don't know, maybe you guys can think of some more interesting quests. I'd just like to see some stuff that's more of a challenge rather than a grind. I don't mind playing 4 melee games. I mean, I'm not a terrible Freya, for example, but it does feel like a bit of a grind to me. Overall, I think it's a great idea, but I think it could use a little more expanding upon. Secondly, let's talk about the pre-game lobby and map bans. This part I love. I have to say, I'm almost having as much fun picking comps as I am playing the game. Most of the time, I'm still just picking what I queued with, but just knowing that I can switch if it fits the team comp better is great. I've been expanding my champion pool specifically for this reason, and as most of you know, I love playing Paloma, and before the Paloma and Destiny nerfs, the meta was very favourable to Paloma. She works really well with ranged champions, and a lot of people were playing ranged at the time. However, towards the end of the preseason, the solo queue meta became dominated by melee. Paloma is pretty good against melee, but she's not really the best support if you have 2 melee teammates. There are way better healers for that situation. So let's say I started queuing as Xander because I find him easier to slot into a double melee comp. If I ended up with Destiny and Jade on my team, I'd be like, God damn it, now I wish I was playing Paloma. That just won't happen again, and I think it's a really great addition to the game. I do have one issue, however. I've been put into a lot of games with another support main. This puts us in an awkward position. Either we play double support, or one of the support mains feels compelled to go DPS. I have played with some support mains who pulled out an excellent DPS, but most of the support mains who went DPS just didn't do as well as they would have if they were playing support. Most people have a role that they play best in. For me, that's support. I can play Jade and Freya, but I would say that I play them at a level that is around a league lower than if I was playing support. So the most sensible solution when I'm put in that position is to just play double support. And I don't think that's a lot of fun for anyone. Double support comps can feel very turtly. It depends on the supports you choose, of course, but I don't find it fun to play as or against double support. If it was happening like 5% of the time, I'd just accept it as bad luck and move on. But out of my 5 placement games, I had 3 double support games. I'd say around half of my games yesterday were actually double support. It's not the end of the world, and I guess you could say that I should just learn DPS and then it wouldn't be a problem, but I think the matchmaker could just use a little more work. The map downvotes, on the other hand, I think are perfect. I didn't play Ormond Temple or Skyring Day at all yesterday. I know some of you like those maps, Rook mains, but for me, I've really enjoyed playing all the other maps more often. If nothing else, if the maps are getting banned by everyone, it gives Stunlock some useful information. Maybe Ormond Temple just needs a rework. Like, aesthetically, I think it's an interesting map, but the choke points and wall positions just heavily favour some comps over others. Next, let's talk briefly about Jamila. I'm not going to do a full video about Jamila just yet. When I watch back my first thoughts on Xander, I kind of cringe at how wrong I was. Obviously, they were my first thoughts and it was only a few days after his release, but I think everyone got Xander wrong at the start. We went on this full loop of Xander OP! Oh, never mind, actually he's not that great at healing. Oh wait, yes he is! So I'm going to reserve judgment on Jamila for now, but I will say a few things. First off, she's easy to punish if you avoid the counter. This isn't really a surprise because if you avoid the counter on any champion, they should be easy to punish. However, if you do hit the counter, it's very punishing to you. Her burst and survivability is heavily tied to her counter being hit. Probably the most noteworthy part of her kit is the in-cap. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think she has the only in-cap in the game that doesn't require energy. Bako, Ivor, Croak, and Shifu all need 25 energy to perform an in-cap. Jamila can just bounce off a wall and AoE in-cap with her regular space. It's a short in-cap as standard, but it can have its duration increased with a Battlerite. Just straight off the bat, that seems very strong to me. Her ultimate ability is a little bit better than I thought it would be. It follows people around after you send it out, so if someone has no escapes, they're going to have a really hard time mitigating the damage. It does, however, trigger counters very easily. But if you catch, say, Pestilus without his space, he's going to be in a very bad situation. Her stun on the R is just as powerful as we all thought it sounded. 22 damage, 22 healing, and a stun is insane. As I said, I'll reserve judgment on her balance, but her kit is very debuff heavy. This puts Xander and Lucy in a very good position if you want to counter her. Clarity Potion and Spotlight can both mitigate a lot of Jamila's utility and damage. Overall, I think the patch has been a pretty good success so far. There are a few issues like the double support thing that I think needs to be addressed, and there's also a bug with Pestilus right now where you can't move his queen while you're inside it. So if you're a Pestilus main, just beware. I wouldn't play him until it's fixed. But all in all, I think it's a huge step in the right direction. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, then please feel free to subscribe for more Battlerite guides, news, and discussion. If you'd like to help support the channel and get some unique rewards, then head over to patreon.com/battleritesage. And don't forget to check out twitch.tv/battleritesage. Until next time, thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon.